Hi everyone, this is Paige and I'm from Paige Haynes Kinesiology and also Frequencies and Flow. And today I am going to be demonstrating an aura analysis on this amazing little machine called the Healy. Now, if you're here already, you've probably already heard a little bit about this, but I'll give you a little bit of a background on it anyway. So I am a kinesiologist, but I've also been working with frequency healing for around about 14 years. So when this little thing came into my awareness, I was really, really excited because I'd already been working with frequency for that long. However, more so with tuning into the vibration of frequency and actually doing that hands-on with people. So this was a little bit different. However, it has been around for a lot of years, just not in the form as a personalized device like this little one. But if you've heard of things like bioresonance or there's a time waver technology, if you've heard of Rife, Dr. Rife, Royal Rife, these frequencies have been around for a very, very long time. And so I was super excited, and I almost will say that I manifested this because I had been talking to a friend who actually works with a skio, and she'd been telling me all about it. She was so excited. She'd actually trained with me as a student, but she was using this in her practice, and I was like, wow. So wow, I really wish, because I knew her machine had cost her quite a bit of money, and I just couldn't justify spending that sort of money to put it into my clinic when I'm already, already kind of doing things like that. But I thought to myself, gosh, imagine if there was a personalized device that people can take home and use, that I could help, work out what they needed. And Healy literally turned up, I reckon, 2 weeks after that for me. So there's types of things it works with. And this is what really excites me, because frequency works on all the different levels. Okay, so it works on aura, which we're going to have a look at today. It works on the chakra level. It works on the subtle body level, the spiritual level, the emotional level, the physical level. So I've seen things like, sleep being improved. I've seen pain completely being alleviated for some people. I've seen behavioral issues change within children and adults. I've seen mood shifts. I've seen all sorts of different things happen just with this one little device. And I know this to be true because, like I said, I've been working with this for 14 years anyway, but I'm just so excited that I don't have to be the one necessarily tuning into people to deliver this frequency for them, even though I do love to do that and I will continue to do that. But this is just so nice because someone can do this from the comfort of their own home. They can have their own thing and they can be getting daily healings. Now, I don't know too many people who can spend the money that is required to have a daily healing from somebody. So this is what excites me about this. So what I'm going to do today is actually share my screen with you and show you how our little Healy works. Now, mine is already on, but what you would normally do is press that button down. Now, they can be a little bit tricky with the on button. So if you have any dramas with that, what I have found is to press in and down, and that tends to turn it on quite well. Mine is already on because you can see the flashing Bluetooth there. So I won't do that now, but I might show that in another video. All right, so what I'm going to do is actually share my screen now so that you can see what is happening. Now this takes a little bit of mucking around, but we'll just get there. Okay, so I'm going to double click that and share. Excellent. So I just have to go out of this one. Let's see if that's going to work for me. Screen mirroring, and we're coming up. So that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go out of here, and what I'm going to do is show you. So as you can see here, this is one of our Healy apps. Now, this is actually our microcurrent app, and that's what has a lot of the programs in it, the pre-programmed programs in there. But what we're going to look at today is the Healy Analyze app. So if we go the next one over, if my phone is going to play the game. Okay, I actually have it. I have it plugged in, and sometimes my phone is a bit weird because it was low on battery. Okay, here we go. So now this is the blue app is what I call it. It's actually called the Healy Advisor app. Now you only get access to this app when you have a resonance package. Okay, so the Healy comes in a number of different packages. I've explained this in another video. So if you're interested to find out what they are, head over to my other video called Healy Programs and Packages. But this comes with the top package called the Resonance. Okay, and it's the main difference really because you can use the Analyze app. So we're going to go into that. Right, so we can see here that it's just scanned for the Healy to connect. And mine is actually turned off again, so I'll be able to show you that. But let's just see what happens here because it's saying it is connected. All right, so we're going to go back now. All right, and as you can see, I was in something before. All right, so we're going to come home actually to here. And what we're actually going to do today is an aura analysis. Now, what I wanted to show you first also is just that we can add a client. So if we come to this page, we can say clients, click on clients, and we can click on add a new client, and we can click on individual. Okay, so from here, what we would do, and I'm not going to do it today because I've got myself already in there, but I'm going to show you the steps that we would go through. So initially we want to, okay, it's just doing all the things. What we're going to actually do is we're going to press the plus button here and we will take a photo of the person. So the more information we can get about the person, the better, because we're tapping in or drilling down into that person's energy field. Now, when it says down here to record vibration, you just need the person to hold the Healy in their right hand and you press this plus button, okay? And when I do that, I'll show you what, it's writing on its own and it's telling me to take a photo. Okay, I'm just going to disconnect that because I think it's, this is what my phone does when I'm not watching. All right, so we've got Hal, okay, apparently, and we're going to record the vibration. All right, so now it says, please hold your Healy in your right hand, which I'm doing, and I'm going to press the plus button there to record the vibration. And it just looks like, hopefully, come on. Oh dear, okay, it has disconnected. So what I'm going to show you is actually turning this back on again. So sometimes it can be a little bit tricky, especially when I'm trying to show you. Okay, so that's it there. Sometimes you have to really hold it in quite firmly. Excellent, so that is just turning on. And then when you see the yellow flashing light or the Bluetooth flashing, then you know it's actually turned on. So this will take a couple of seconds just to recognize it. I'm going to go in and select that. And that's connecting, which is great. And we're connected. Okay, so now, because I'm holding it, it is recording that vibration, which is what we tried to do before. So now that we know that that's done, it comes back to this one. I'll just flick that away. And we can put in the rest of the details here. I'm actually not going to do that because, like I said, we don't need to. But you put in first name, last name, birth date, birthplace, if the person's comfortable with that. But like I say, the more information, it's kind of drilling down. Male and female, email and phone number. I would say you want the email or phone number so that you can share the results with the person. So we can send them a PDF of what actually comes up for them, which is kind of exciting. So you want some kind of contact details there. And then it says address. Now, often I don't bother about this. I just put the country in for that person because we do have their vibrational signature already. So I kind of feel like, yeah, some people feel a bit funny these days about giving out that much information. So that's completely fine. So then the big thing to remember at the moment, at the end, is to click this plus thing there, okay, because that will add them as a new client. So I'm going to go back now and I'm going to go into this. I'm going to click on this little button down here because that takes us into the resonance bit. Now I am going to select aura analysis because I'd like to show you that today. And because it's me, I am going to go and select my name, Paige Haynes. So now I'm going to record my aura and that's doing that. Excellent. And this is the analysis. So what I'm going to do is actually click on this little feature up here. Okay, and that is going to show me that overall my chakras are at 77%. However, my throat chakra, my sacral chakra, and my heart chakra are the ones that are the most kind of, are the lowest, let's say, okay? I'm most in resonance with working with right now. So I want to be quite intentional and just work with the lowest today because I think sometimes the keep it simple is the best way to go, the KISS method. So I'm actually going to deselect that heart chakra. Oh, heart. Oops. So you just click on it. Okay, or not. Doesn't want to let me do that. That's really odd. Oh, okay, maybe I need to go into the interpretation first. So we can see here, and it gives you a really good interpretation of the chakras. So this is the sacral energy level is low at 61, and it tells you what's going on. Now, it's quite quite informative, and it can give you a lot more about the sacral chakra as well. Now, I work with chakras within my work, and if you're one of my students or whatever, you know a fair bit, or the overall about the chakras. So we have the crown chakra, and that's really to do with our connection with our higher self. The brow chakra, which is our third eye or intuition. We also have the throat chakra, which is about speaking out or perhaps over communicating, so it can be out of alignment either way. If we're yelling a lot, for instance, and we want to tone that back down, our throat chakra can be out. But if we're not speaking our truth as well, that's when it can be out. And then we have our heart chakra, which is really about being open to giving and receiving love. We have our solar plexus, which is just around the belly area, the midsection, and that's really about our personal power. We have the sacral, which is the one we're going to be focusing on for me, and that is about sexuality and creativity. And then finally, our root chakra, which is really about our safety and security. But I would encourage you, if you were to go ahead and get a Healy, to really, and you don't know much about chakras, is to get some, more information about that, because it's really handy to have, and know what's going on. I guess, with all of those. So I'm going to go out of the interpretation now just by clicking that little X. Goodness me, getting lots of, and I am going to, it's deselected the sacral now, but I'm going to select the sacral. Okay, that's great. And I am going to press Start Analysis. Okay. So that is giving me that. I'm also going to select Include High Negative Relevancies, and I'm going to say Start Analysis here. Okay, so our sacral chakra has the color orange associated with it. All of the chakras have sounds associated, colors, organs, meridians, like they're quite amazing actually. All right, so what I'm going to say here is also we have the different levels. So I forgot to show you, but when you go up here, it says my aura is strong and stable. We can actually change that. I wonder if we should go back so that I can show you that just quickly. But you can shift this into whatever you want before you do the analysis. So I could have said here, my sacral chakra or my creativity flows or something like that, okay, to really make that intention really specific for that sacral chakra. Okay, so what we have here is 86%. Now this is the relevance. Okay, so my sacral chakra today to work with is 86%. Now, apparently, that is the closest it will go to 100 anyway. So it won't ever go to 100%, it goes 16 below. So yeah, that's really quite big. Then we have the intensity. So this means if you were to be working with, say, because there are other things that we can work with, like bushflower essences and things like that. So if it's an 8, or say if it was 1, okay, so this would mean that we would, the level of dosage, for instance, would be 1 drop per day. But because it's a scale of 1 to 10, and because it's an 8, it kind of means that I'm not really challenging myself in this area, and that it needs to be probably addressed a bit more. So what that can mean with my sacral chakra, and we'll read a little bit more about it in a second, but for my sacral chakra, it means that either my sexuality is not fabulous at the moment or my creativity isn't. And I'm going to say both of those are a little bit out of whack right now. So it's kind of right. All right. And then this is our potency. So if anyone's ever worked with homeopathics before, you will probably notice the L and the M as quite familiar. And basically they're their level of dosages. So we've got an L and an M. So L and an M means, okay, so the potency is that how much the issue is already physically manifested in my life, which means it's not really, because that's quite L and M are quite potent ones, it means it's not really manifested physically in my life as much as it could be. Okay, and I'm not sure what the X and the V mean. A D means that it's quite manifested in your life, that it's present already. A C, not so much, and an L and an M means pretty much not at all. Okay, so you can see there's a bit of an imbalance happening here. So what I'm going to do is scroll down a little bit and just got to go back into this. Okay, and have a little bit of a read. I don't mind sharing with you this information. So the present state, okay, so if we have a look here, sacral chakra is the second chakra. It's emotional. This is to do with the emotional body. My reading is to do with the emotional body, and the color is orange. Okay, so the present state of color is actually blue. So it's saying here the person has difficulties getting in touch with their emotions, and the desired state would be complete and gentle healing of the issues of sexuality, emotions, and parenthood by enhancing the color orange in the sacral chakra. Sexuality, sexuality, emotions, feelings of parenting, and we're wanting, that to go ahead. So if we scroll down a little bit more, which it's not sort of showing up here now, we are seeing, if you were to go down a little bit more, we have an 84% up here, which you can't see on here. I don't know why it's not showing up, but anyway, that's okay. Look, we might leave those, but just know that there's actually two more there, and they have different potencies, different relevancies, and that sort of thing as well. Basically, they're all pertaining to the person trusts their feelings more and more and is ready to let go of their control over the emotions. And the last one is the person controls their emotions, resulting in a strong experience in the emotional realm. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. It means I'm doing all right. But I must say, I do actually need a little bit of balancing in this area. So I'm glad that it's come up. So what I'm going to do now is have a look at the actions button. So if you press on the actions, and I'm not sure why this is not happening in here. Okay, it seems to have frozen. So what I'm going to do is just stop the share. And then I'm going to come back to here and start the share screen again. Sorry about this. Technology, gotta love it. I know that my my phone is a little bit low on battery. Next time I'll make sure it's well done. Okay, so now we're onto the mirroring. Let's just see if we can go straight back into that. Excellent. Okay, so it's showing you this now. It's reconnecting to the Healy, but that should only happen in a second. All right, so pressing OK there. So it says here we can add manually. Now what that means is I can add something, an intention, manually. Okay, so remember before I said that you could add in your own affirmation, but this one I can add manually a more, even more information here. Okay, and put it in at 100%, potent intensity, 10, and I can select the potency as well. Wow, and there's a lot of different potencies there. So I'd love to know all of those. Actually, you can see all of that, but I have no idea what all of them mean. So we're going to just leave that one. But what I'm going to go up to here is and say desired state. I'm going to put in there my creativity flows freely and easily. I am connected to my feelings and emotions, and I am balanced in my sexuality. Why not? Okay, so then you can see I'm going to press this button up the top here to say, yes, let's do it. All right, then I'll come back down to actions, and I just want to show you there too that I can show PDF. Okay, so this will actually give me a printout, which is what I was saying before, that you can share with somebody. Okay, so that shows the relevance and all of those different things. If we go down, can keep going down, and it shows you all of these different things. Okay, so it gives you a little bit of information. So you can actually select this to share PDF. That will come up with my information, so the analysis document, and then I can just choose where I want to share that to. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, and I'm going to come back into here. Okay, so now that we've completed all the actions, I'm going to go into vibrate, because this is the way that we transmit our aura analysis or our sacral chakra. So we come into the vibrate, select that, and this is going to transmit this healing to me. Now, we have a thing called, we're able to work out how, so we can have a look here and it gives us the different times that we can select. Okay, so if we go here, it says 37 seconds. Now, there's a difference between acute and chronic. So the way we work out how we transmit this, not only in the aura analysis, but also in the resonance analysis, is if someone has an acute issue. Okay, so when I'm saying acute, it's like I've just banged my thumb and I want it to stop, I want the pain to stop. Okay, so that would be considered an acute issue, or it's something that's happening in the present time. Okay, so it's not something that's been in the background forever. That would be a chronic issue. Okay, so for instance, an ongoing illness that you've had for several years, that would be considered a chronic thing, or a chronic pain that's been with you for many, many years. But an acute thing is something that maybe has started quite recently and needs addressing in the moment now. Okay, so I'm going to go with acute for this, and in which case it means that I'm going to transmit this healing through the Healy and the app 6 to 8 times a day. That's the prescription for it, and just at that 37 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to give myself several bursts, and I only do it until that issue feels like it's complete. Okay, so if it was a pain in my thumb, it would be until the pain finishes. For me, this is going to be until I start to get back in touch with that side of myself. Okay, and I start to notice a difference in that. So I'm going to press start now. So I've selected that, and unfortunately my screen has has frozen again, but I'm not going to go back out of that. So I select that, and then you literally just press start. Actually, I am going to stop the share and show you again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I'm really sorry. Let's go back in, technology. I think it's when I let my screen freeze and it doesn't like it. So I go back in. And it might also be, like I said before, my battery is a little bit flat. So then I come back into here, and here we go. So here we go. And then I can just press start here. I have my Healy with me, and this is transmitting that vibrationally. It doesn't have to be on the person. It can just be next to the person, but it knows it's for me because it's tapped into my vibrational feelings. So it's putting my issue there, my one there first, and it's cycling through each of these things. So complete and gentle healing of the issues of sexuality, emotions, and parenthood. It's realigning that orange color for my sacral chakra, and it's just running through each of those things and the potencies that, and the relevance and potencies there. So then we can say stop at any time, and we can see that that transmission is now done. Now, I would be sending that to myself. I'm going to stop the share now because we're done and we're really low battery. Okay, so close. All right, so stop share now. Just come back to me. All right, so I would then transmit that little thing. Oh, I should have showed you. Okay, I am going to show you that. So share screen 10. So what I'm going to show you right now is the fact that now I can access that, because when I want to redo that for myself, okay, so when I said that we can do that several times during the day, what I can do now is come back to that, to home actually. So this button down here, okay, and I can go into lists. And what I'll find here now are my lists. Okay, so this is the list that I have just done now because it's I think that's the one I've just done now. Yes, it will be. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. And this is the one I have literally just done. Okay, so if I go up and down, that's it. Now what I can do is I can go back into Vibrate there and send that to myself again. What I'm also going to do is just back into here, clicked backwards. Okay, and I'm going to double click on that. Actually, no, if I slide left, I can rename. Okay, so I'm going to call this Paige Sacral Chakra. Paige Sacral Chakra. Oops, chakra. I can't see it now because it's not showing me. And I'm going to put 1st of May. Whoop. Doesn't want me to do it. May, that'll do. Okay. Oh, and it hasn't done it. Okay. Okay. All right, it doesn't want to do it, but if you are in there, you can actually double click and change that. So you can go back. That should be it. Okay, page, sacral chakra, and then say 1st May. Oh, it's still not doing it. But anyway, you can do that. For some reason, it's not having much success for me today. But I can see that that was generated then. And what I'm going to do over the next coming day or so, I'm actually going to have a play with that and send that to myself. So 6 to 8 times a day. And I can do that until that sacral chakra feels like it's aligned and shifted and moved. All right. So that's our list. So we can go backwards again. So if I click up here to go back, that takes me back to the home part, and we can go back in and do clients list. We can go back into this one, which is the resonance analysis. But another thing I just wanted to show you as well, when you're setting up your device, if you go into the settings, we've got a thing called cloud settings. And if you are wanting, now this was a bit of a tricky thing when I was first setting up, because you can have your Healy onto multiple devices, but you need to go into your main device. So this one is actually my main device. So you want to go into connected cloud devices, and you want to be able to give permission. So we can see here I've had Jen and I was giving her permission. So I will actually double click on that and give them, if they're in my range. So for instance, I've got an iPod, and if it's in my range, it will pick up that other device, and I will say that I will accept it. Okay, now that's important so that you can keep all of your people in the cloud on all of your devices. So on my iPod, for instance, has the same database that I have on my phone. It's all interconnected. Okay, so it means that I can switch between the two, and the Healy's recognized between the two. Okay, so that's just something that I came across. It's a little bit fiddly, and I might have to do an actual specific video on that, but just know that that's there. And you can also, from this area, from the settings area, go to this one and back up your master key. Okay, yeah. And you can also edit your cloud profile there, change your password. There's a few other bits and pieces you can do in there as well. And that's actually syncing a list now, which I don't really want it to do. So I'm going to go back and get out of there, and I'm going to stop that share. All right, so that is how we do an aura analysis and also an aura healing. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, we have a wonderful group called Frequencies and Flow on Facebook. So just have a look up that, and you can come and join us. We share lots of healing information. But the purpose of the group is really to keep people's vibrations high. So we can go everywhere on Facebook and find lots of, interesting things, particularly at the moment. But this group was specifically set up to be a safe place to only have things that are high vibing and to raise your frequency. You'll find information in there in the units about the Healy if you'd like to know more. But we also are just a cool, high vibing group where we know that frequency is so important, vibration is so important, and we'd love you to come and join us. So again, I'm Paige from Paige Haynes Kinesiology, but also from Frequencies and Flow, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And yeah, I hope that you're enjoying your Healy if you have one, and that your interest has been piqued if you don't have one. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Lots of love. Bye.